I think so. Let me make sure. I'll click off of it. Yeah, there we go. See, they try to block it, but they'll be on you. Sometimes you just gotta dust your shoulders off. That's really what it is. It's distractions, man. It's distractions. If we throw enough problems in your way, enough hurdles for you to jump over, eventually them legs are gonna get tired and you'll stop.
Yeah,
You know, but I don't
I'm
get tired.
I'm good. I'm good now.
I'm good. I don't get tired. That's one thing. And if I do get tired, I catch a little 5 minute power nap and jump right back up on your ass. There it is, finally. Okay. You're waiting on.
They still didn't
Oh,
let
she's
you
in now.
broadcast
Yeah.
over yet.
So what now, bro?
See, like, look, here we go. Getting not responding. Okay, now the Zoom app's not responding. It's like just on the computer though, and it's just it'll last 5 hours, and we record the whole little thing. It'd be no problem. The moment I try to start live, it's they don't want to do it. It's weird, isn't it? Might as well do that, right? See, but I don't know why I'd be doing that. Let me make sure it's still live stream. Okay, yeah. All right, so it is live. All right, we should be good to go now, guys. Hopefully. I don't know. So anyway, I guess welcome to the Wednesday Wealth Talk, right? We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but not really a structured topic so much today. It's just been a lot going on. Whether you know what, I guess that's a topic, right? Usually when you're trying to build something, you're trying to, especially if you're like an entrepreneur that's trying to build multiple things, you're gonna have a lot going on. There's gonna be a lot of problems, a lot of stress, and a lot of shit to deal with that you didn't expect, right? And
Yeah,
Josh, he thinks it's a weird thing, but I expect everything to go absolutely horrible. Like I expect everything to go wrong, and for me to have a million problems with everything I do. And he was like, "That's such an odd way to look at it." He was like, "I generally expect everything to go amazing, and for everything to just be smooth." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's a lot easier to get upset and disappointed when it don't like that way. You know, if I already expected this to fail." Like if it wins at all, like that's a plus. I'm like, hell yeah, we got a little something. And then those little things add up to like a big, accomplishment. So that's just kind of how I do it. I don't know if you guys kind of get the concept or not, but it makes sense to me.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't really look at it because if you look at everything to be great, you get let down. But if
Exactly.
you look at everything to be like, yo, this may not work out, but I'm doing it because I feel it's not gonna work out, but you get surprised, you know. I would rather be surprised than to be let down consistently.
Yeah. That disappointment. It's kind of like team morale or like something like that. It's like if you set a goal that's out of your reach and you don't make it, like when it's time to dust yourself off and get back up and try again, it's going to be a lot harder because you got to deal with all that guilt and shame and the fact that you didn't get it. You know, where if you would have set just a smaller goal, yeah, it might not have been as amazing when you accomplished it, but two or three small goals, like, that correlates to like a huge win.
Yes, compound effect.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just the same as investing as it is in networking and it is goals. And you know what I'm saying? They say set smart goals, right? So it's like you want it to be specific and measurable. It's definitely got to be like you got to be able to measure it somehow, right? Otherwise, you're not going to know what progress you've made or lost, or if it even works. And then you got to have like a time frame, right? So if you just do a vague goal, that's like, oh, I just want $1 million, like that's going to be a lot harder to achieve than if you said, I want $1 million in 9 months. It's like now your mind's set to there's no other option, right? So if it's just $1 million, like I could literally wait my whole life and get it right before I die, and I accomplished that goal. You know what I'm saying? Well, that really
Yeah,
didn't do nothing. It didn't give you
yeah.
like what you just
Then another-
you did that for nothing. You just said you wanted $1 million. Like you didn't want to plan on doing nothing with it when you got it. Like so, like that, and it correlates to investments too, right? You're not gonna just throw some money at some shit that you ain't read nothing about, right? You're not just gonna pick something out of a hat and say, I'm gonna invest my life savings in this one. You know, throw a dart at a board and pop a balloon and find out what stock you're gonna buy. Like that's stupid to me, right? Like so the goals should be just like the business, and investments and all of that should still be ran by basically the same type of structure, really. Right? If you don't have a plan, then what do they say? If you don't plan to succeed, or if you fail to plan, you plan to
yeah,
fail, or some shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So was it proper
Proper
preparation?
planning
Yeah.
prevents piss poor performance. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It really does, though. It does. Because if you got like, and especially I'm learning that more and more when you working with others, right? Is you got to have that, right? We got to have that itinerary, like, especially if it's a thing to where, like people like us, we're busy, we're all over the place. Like you might be in Miami today, and who knows where you're gonna be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So with people like if we don't have like that game plan or that goal or that, all right, this is what we're trying to do by this time, there's no way we'd be able to do anything. Right? It's like you just do what you do, and I'm gonna do what we do, and we'll talk, and it'll get done. Like it's never gonna get done. That's why I tell everybody I need a schedule. You got to tell me what time and where we gonna meet. Because if it's like, hey, just holler at me when you got time, I'll never talk. I ain't never got time. And
Yeah,
if
it
I
ain't
do
gonna
got
work.
free time, it's got to go to the family, right?
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
got to go to the family.
Yeah.
So look, you got to work
And the time
what
don't
you're
work.
doing.
Don't wait
Exactly.
for nobody. So you just gotta move immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take action immediately because before you know it, days and all types of things don't went past. You know what I mean? You still looking back like, damn, I should have started that, and you could have been like
Mhm.
2 weeks in, a month in. You know?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
They say all big dreams, or they say where do all big dreams go to die? And it's like the plan zone. You know what I'm saying? You spend your whole life planning this thing and not take a single, and it could be a beautiful plan. Like it could really be like it could be that thing. Like it could work. It could be the most beneficial, the most profitable thing in the world, but you never even took that first step. Planned it beautifully. Somebody else gonna find them when you die, grab that plan and become a billionaire.
Yeah. It's
But
all
you
about the
didn't even
execution.
take the first step. You didn't take the first step. It's like the worst thing you can do is nothing at all in any situation, right? Because you think about it. How many times has shit been going wrong and you've been in a situation, you're like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And you'll make the wrong decision. You'll take the wrong step and it makes it worse. And you're like, damn, what'd I do that for? Right. But
Or
then something will
procrastinate.
come from that bad
Hold
mistake
yourself up.
that gives you the opportunity to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Right. But if
Yeah.
you had done nothing and just stayed where you were at and been like, this is a problem I can't solve, I'm just not going to do nothing. I'm not going to make a right move. I'm not going to make a wrong move. I'm going to leave no opportunity for anything to change. If the situation sucks and you don't do anything at all, then you've chose that situation.
Yep. Indeed.
Right. At least if you make the wrong step, it could, you'd gain knowledge, perspective, or maybe you would see an opportunity that wasn't there when you were doing nothing. You create something out of nothing and all that. Just try to do it. Try to create something from nothing at all. You can't. It's impossible. You can't do it. I don't care how many songs you put it in.
Yeah.
You are not creating
Maybe
something out of
start it.
nothing.
the
Yeah,
the
it's just
the
like it
the
don't even
thought
compute don't
the
even add
thought
up
and
when
the
you say something
concept.
out of nothing. If I do
Look,
nothing, how could I possibly do something if I do nothing?
yeah, you can't. You know what I mean?
You
Because if
can't,
you do
man.
nothing, that means you're not even thinking.
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely nothing.
And that's the
That's
and that's
like,
the concept of
Or you
bringing
over
making nothing
worry.
into something.
yes, That's it. Overthink.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
worry,
I actually have a problem with
worry,
that.
worry, worry.
I think that's why I could speak on that like with confidence, because I know that I have a tendency to do those things. And these are the things that I have to like tell myself in order to kind of, stop procrastinating, start planning, start. Because I spent like the last 2 or 3 years, I know I've told all of y'all, like, I got to get some structure in my life again. I got to stop being just so I'm going to do whatever I want when I want to do it. And I got to get
Yeah,
more to like, well, you can't be like that while working with other people. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right,
a
right,
respect
right.
factor involved in that. It's like, okay, yeah, I have the freedom to make my own schedule and make my own decisions. But one of my decisions is to work with someone else who has the freedom to make theirs too. So now we got to compromise. That's a
yep,
respect factor. If I'm going to work with you, I respect you, or I'm not going to work with you. First of all, I don't do all that. Oh, it's some bread. Get the bag. Like, okay, all money ain't good money.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
honestly, I look at it
I'm
like
a
this: if I
freaking.
can't be friends with you, I don't want to do business with you. You could buy some shit from me. Well, I'll sell you whatever you want. But as far as like we're gonna have trust in each other, we're gonna let your company and my company work together and in this partner. I'm not gonna do that with somebody I can't. If I wouldn't go out and like hang out with you or have a conversation with you, I'm not gonna do business with you.
That's why I
Yeah,
say
that's the
family.
worst thing.
Yep,
And your friends is one who is willing to invest in you, and one you are willing to invest in.
that's good. I like that. We had a little debate last week on the blood is thicker than water thing, and I say bullshit. I call bullshit on it. I call bullshit. I'm
I
gonna
look
tell
You
you,
at it
y'all,
like
y'all
this,
went over the
bro.
I choose my family. Y'all
A
might
lot
not.
of us, a lot of us
Y'all might
wasn't
not, but
born
I
to the
choose
right
my family.
family. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too. But y'all went over the actual quote, right?
Which one? Oh, the blood thicker. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
oh, you know what? That's a good. Oh, we could have
No, we
done the whole
saying it wrong.
etymology and traced the whole thing back and did the whole thing, couldn't we? That'd be nice.
Yeah,
No,
could have.
me and my wife was going over the other day and was like the blood of the covenant is thicker than the waters of the womb.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
See,
deep.
now think about that. That makes perfect sense.
So that
Like
like the
that, I could
relationship
understand it, but that's
bonds we
what
build with each
happens.
other.
That little piece, I give you a little bit of it, but you don't
That
get the whole
covenant is
context.
definitely deep.
Yeah, think about that. So if I just tell you blood is thicker than water, first of all, like, if you're just thinking about it logically from like a scientific standpoint, you'd be like, well, yeah, duh.
Well, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? What next? But it usually no, they talking about, how your family is more important than like your friends. And I'm like, what? If I still thinking about that logically, I'd be like, that don't make no damn sense at all. Like, what? How is my friend's water? That don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it really like. But then when the whole thing, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the wall. Now that brings a whole. So you didn't even get the full story. See, but your understanding on the issue is of limited like view. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what'll have somebody feeling like they're right while being in the wrong,
Yeah, not
right?
having
Because
all that.
in your heart and soul, you're right because I know what this says and this is, blah blah blah. But you didn't even get the whole thing. You didn't get the whole context. You were it's like just an insert instead of the whole article. It's a
Yeah.
lot easier to like be confused and misinterpret when it's just a small piece of the puzzle instead of the whole thing. If you're looking at a picture of something and it's panned out, you're like, well, obviously that's an apple. But if you zoomed in and you get one pixel, right? You're like, shit, I don't know what that is. Something red?
It might not even be red. It might be
Yeah, it
looking
might not
blue or
even be red. It might just be a little piece of a piece is red, or it might not even be red. It
black.
might be a whole different color, but the pixels is, what I'm saying, all jumbled up. Like
Yeah.
that's an interesting little thing that I ain't really thought about. Man, and
So what's y'all take on like you know, the people that's like, the frequency of the earth and all that good stuff and the people not catching that frequency? Like what's y'all take on that?
my take is y'all better jump in on that frequency. I'm telling you, bro. That's the best thing I ever did was stop trying to control everything and start letting the frequency and the energy of the universe like guide me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
I
got to
mean,
vibrate high.
I started believing that the energies was real in the earth when I really, really went out there and really got drained from putting my feet in the earth. and being in the sun and feeling how that feels. You feel what I'm saying? That's when I really knew that, like, oh yeah, these energies is true out here. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
it's
Me and my wife got to putting our hands over top of each other, not touching, and then feeling some type of like, you know what I mean, energetic magnetic pull. And then I was like, oh, these energies is real out here. You
they
know what I
definitely are.
mean? Real.
They definitely are real.
You know? But a lot of people, man, they just I see people just still stuck in what I could say, the entertainment world, even though the entertainment world is crumbling around them. You know what I mean? People still don't want to swallow the pill that what people was telling them that was the real deal, you know what I mean, which they thought was conspiracy theories or whatever.
Yeah,
They still can't swallow the
conspiracy. I
pill.
love
Like
that word.
people are still like, you know what I mean, battling the facts of reality. You know what I
It's
mean?
an
Hey,
addic-
So
it's
it's
like people
crazy.
reality.
ignore.
This reality is an addiction. We
It
we
is.
we
Ooh,
we've been
that's a
seeing it
great.
for so long, and now it's like trying to wing off of it. It would be majority of society. It would be impossible. It's like trying to get a somebody that's been on dope long time, or somebody that's drank alcohol a long time.
Yep.
Their body
Yeah.
go into that state of shock. It's like, yeah. So yeah, the
That's
people
so
that are
used to
vibing,
it.
I know we're seeing them because we starting to interconnect more and more and more. The ideas are interconnecting. It was like, yo, I thought about this. It was like, I thought about that too. Like
That happens to
whenever
us
I
all
seen
the
the
time.
logo, I said, oh man, that is the peace hand. That's the hand that goes right here. Or like
Yeah.
vomit fates and different things. I said, oh yeah, I got hit bro up.
It
It's
is
like, yeah,
Yeah.
uncanny
on
how
the same.
real what
Yeah.
you just said is. It don't make no sense how real that is. Because that's bro, it happened, I want to say 5 times yesterday. Like I was struck, I was going through some shit. And was just my energy was off. I was just, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of got to that point of acceptance, really, like where I was just like, you know what, man, this shit is just, it don't make no sense, right? This is just one of them problems that like either can't be solved or I just don't have like the understanding or the perspective to solve it. Whatever the case may be, like I've tried everything and it didn't work. And now at this point, it's just causing me to like fall short in my other obligations. Right at that point, bro, you got to just accept that shit for what it is and let it go.
Yeah. And don't let it pull you
Hey,
down.
man, this is a situation that shit. I just can't do nothing about it. You know, I tried. But I'm the type that like I want to make absolutely sure that I did everything I could on my part first before I start looking for other shit to blame, right? Because most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, 9.9 out of 10 times, it's user error. It is. You missed something. You didn't click the right button. You didn't read the instruction. You didn't do what you were supposed to do, and that's why the shit went wrong. It's just facts. It's easier to blame the computer or to blame the assistant or to blame your business partner or, blame anything, the money. What the hell? You didn't do what you're supposed to do. It's a lot harder than that was the wrong thing. This was the wrong thing. This was the problem. No, it was you, bro. It was you most of the time. So I do all that shit first. I was like, did you do this? Did you do that? And when I didn't check the list off, like, bro, you did everything and a whole lot of shit that you knew wasn't gonna work just to try. Like, and
Yeah.
then I look for some other shit. Like, or really, at that point, I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I did everything logically, and then a few things that didn't make sense. Still in the same situation. At that point, it's just one of those things. You were either supposed to learn that some things you ain't supposed to solve, or you were supposed to learn how to solve it, and you didn't do either. So let it go.
Yeah, just like money, bro. As soon as you get your mind state clear on what money is and what true value is, then you start looking at things like, you know what, bro? I don't even know why I was stressing over all this shit.
Isn't
You know
it the
what
dumbest?
I
You
mean?
get
Why
to
was
a
I
point to where
stressing
you
over this
finally
shit,
got some
dog?
bread to where you just like, hey man, you know what? I got finally got this money thing down. I figured it out. And then you start to
Yeah.
think about it and you're just like, really, I don't even give a damn about this money. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
because you
this
then
money's
because
really
you because you
stupid.
start
That's how
noticing
you
that
feel. You get it and don't care about it no more.
because you notice that you've been living, you know what I mean, me, you know what I mean, going on 40, you feel what I'm saying? You've been living without value for a long time.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you be like,
Damn, think about that.
what, bro?
You've been
You know what I
living
mean?
without
What
value,
is this?
chasing
What is
value the
what
whole
what
time.
am I living in right now?
Yeah, what
You know
is
what
this?
I mean?
Is this a simulation?
Are you gonna tell me to pay you something that don't exist?
I
Get me
know.
out,
It's
get me
something
out of
that's
that,
not
get me out
real.
of that conversation.
Pay for something that don't exist for something that ain't real.
You know what I mean? You still got your hand out for some shit that I can't even produce. Like,
I
what are you
know
talking about?
y'all in the
Yeah.
line stretched around the block for some shit that ain't real.
You know what I mean?
Stressing, really. How many times, bro? There's this one dude that literally, he might even still be getting away with it. But for I know 15 years, the dude would call every day and tell the light company the check was in the mail, and they couldn't shut it off. Legally, by law, they couldn't shut his shit off because the check was sent. It's in the mail, bro. And the next day, that man would just call as soon as they open and say, "Hey, sent another check in the mail to cover that. You know what I'm saying? It's in the mail. It's on the way." Right? That man kept his lights on for 15 years with just checks in the mail.
Check in
Come
the
on now.
mail.
And these people over here about to kill themselves because they ain't got the money to pay one month. That man ain't never paid his entire life just because he thought outside the box and was like, "Hey, this law says this shit. That's strange. I wonder if this works," and tried some shit.
Yeah.
But
And
y'all just gonna keep
what
going to your little
what
job that
better
pays
way
just
to
enough
figure
to pay
out?
that light bill and no more, and not build. And you throwing away all this money talking about you broke. I'm spending a lot of unnecessary money talking about you broke. It's not
Talking
really
about you broke
people don't
is
have money
detrimental to
troubles.
your
People
life
have impulse
anyway.
and nature and discipline problems is what they got. That's what it all boils down to. Y'all just don't know how to fucking sacrifice for something better. You'd rather just be content and stay where you're at because it's easy. Y'all want
Budget.
easy. Y'all don't want
Budget.
successful. Y'all want easy.
Learn
Y'all don't want wealthy. You want easy.
Yeah, you want the same thing, but that's
Yeah, you just
insane.
want to
Because
just
you want
I
the
don't want to have to
same
do
thing,
nothing.
but you want different results.
Right,
That's
right.
insane.
No, there's a reason why Elon Musk has got more money than you. That he sleeps on the floor of Tesla and works 18 hours a day on
Yeah.
his shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he takes the money he makes and he puts it into some more of his shit. That's why he's got more than you.
And then he's doing better moves. He's doing other
Right. He
moves. You
works
know what I mean?
harder.
Like he's using things that don't exist to get more
Right. He's like,
capital.
hey, you know
Like,
what? The world could use
oh,
that.
stock Tesla's worth this or whatever. So give me this amount of money.
Yeah.
Like
Like
what?
it's thinking outside the box, bro. You know what? And maybe that's the programming. Maybe that's really the root cause, right? It's like we just got to teach everybody to just follow this system, follow this rule, follow this guideline. And as long as you busy following somebody else's fucking way of life, you damn sure can't make your own.
I mean, if you're not following no genuinely
Yeah,
good
that's
people that's
dangerous.
smart and out there implementing what they're researching and stuff like that, you gotta
And
you
willing to show
gotta
you what the results
do some
were.
retracting, man. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
know.
Because everybody's in this. We all in the information age. Everybody's got the same access to the same type of information.
Yeah,
The
no
thing
excuse.
is, you got to use your discernment. Who was in the information? Who got to the information before you, and who's selling the information and not using it? You feel what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because a lot of people will sell you information until they
Yeah.
die
And
and not
act like
using
they
none of it
just
and just
doing
getting
all
rich
this
off of
fancy shit.
you.
Yes, that's crazy. You know what? You really realize that when you actually start networking, and it's different to just be on social media scrolling, looking for shit to entertain yourself and distract yourself. But if like you do like we do, if I'm on social media, I'm either posting to get some attention on what we got going on, or I'm reaching out to somebody else that's got some fire ass shit going on, trying to see if we can work together. But it's business. It's business. It ain't no distraction with me. I ain't got time for all that. Right. But when
Yeah.
you start doing that, as opposed to just distracting yourself, and you start like, even when I'm distracting myself, I might be watching a little reel or something that's just kind of entertaining. But the whole time I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, it took a lot of time and damn, you see how flawless that shit seemed into that next clip and all this. That I'm looking at the time and the energy and the effort and the value of that video or that project or whatever it is, as opposed to just, oh wow, that's a cool video. On to the next. Like it's just a whole different way of thinking. But you start to notice there's a lot of work put into these projects. This one little 15-minute video that just gave me like a 3 second like dopamine kick, took 3 days. Or, and then you start to realize, you know what, there's a lot of people that put a lot of that work into some shit they don't know nothing about, or some shit they're not doing.
Mhm.
Or they put a lot of work into making it look like they're doing something just so they could try and trick you into buying something.
Yeah. See,
So
I
it's
feel
not
the
like that
same
all
way.
like
a
the
lot of
bad
things
people are
cater to your
lazy
to
or they
our
don't do
attention.
shit. Like they do same shit we do. And sometimes the bad people do it better.
Yeah.
That's what's fucked up. Most of
A
the time,
lot
them
of the
psychopaths
fluff,
don't give
a
a
lot
damn
of the
about your
fluff
feelings. They
just
gonna
be to
get to
get the
work.
attention, but the information don't even be what it is.
I know. That's why I hate templates. Like I understand, you've got processes and things like that, but that's another thing. That process is going to be specific to that situation as well. It's not like you can be up for an eviction and go file some foreclosure paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Well, what the hell are you talking about? You don't even know. So there ain't no
Like
template.
they're giving us technology in our hands just to show you to see what the people going to do with it. Like you figure we people are building AIs like while people are building action figures,
Yeah,
others are building AIs in the messenger. You know what
that's
I'm
true.
saying? So
Yeah.
while y'all building
Some
action
people are
figures,
playing with Hot
others are
Wheels.
building AIs in the messenger. You feel what I'm saying? So what wave are you on?
Right.
Yeah, you see the Ton token, right?
The what token?
Ton token for Telegram.
I did not.
Nah.
Oh yeah, man, it's a game. I thought I've been putting everybody on that. Yeah, check that out.
That might have been the one that you sent a while back, wasn't it?
It might have been
I
Ton is
think I might have
but it's because you said something about Messenger. It was like Buddy, he's a big crypto enthusiast. The one that created Telegram and whatnot. And they recently just had held him up. I think it might have been over here because he's not from here.
Okay.
But yeah, he integrated his crypto with the Telegram platform. So you
What?
can
yeah.
earn, you can send straight through Telegram. Ton, you can earn from playing games on Telegram.
It's called Ton or Tron.
That's where
Ton.
that sniper bot and shit is at that I've been
It's
messing around with
technically
on
Ton,
Telegram.
but it's TON.
TON. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right now,
gotta look
That's
into
gonna
that.
be an
That's
important
dope.
like oh look,
$89.
if
See,
y'all ain't
that's
got the
money
best
right there
wallet,
because
bro,
that's money right there.
you gotta get the
Yeah, for
best wallet.
sure. Everybody continue to keep using Telegram.
Yeah, Telegram's really dope. You can set your own look, you can build your own apps inside of Telegram.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can create like your whole own channels, your whole it'll be like your own Telegram server and all that shit. And you can build sniper bots, you can put your own wallets in there, you can do everything.
Yeah, I created a
Multi-chain.
bot.
Yeah, I played around with it a little bit too.
I got a Telegram group. I mean, I'm working on the bot,
I think I have one
the
too, but I don't
moderator.
do nothing with it. I probably should though. But that's a lot. I'm already doing too much.
I
They
know,
have a
bro.
Everybody
couple of
needs
plugins
from
too, bro.
work and wants to run our Telegram and know what
That's
they're
how I
doing.
feel. I don't want to add on nothing
Yeah, I
already got. It
know.
need to be making money
Hmm.
At
like
this point, I'm like, I
instantly,
just want to get the idea
or
out.
it can't be done right now. It can be put on the list. I can put it
I
on
Yeah.
the
just want
list
to talk
for
shit
later.
and come up with great ideas and find capable people to do it. So I don't have to.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I do, man. I look
No,
at it and
it's
I
good.
know where I want to go with it, and it's like I will dive into it a little bit to see if I can make it happen. You know what I mean? I see how hard it is, or if
That's
it's not
yeah.
too hard. If it's easy, it'll be done. If it's a little bit complex, I have it halfway done, and then I sit it down for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing because one thing I will do is when it's like it's crunch time, it's time to get some shit done. Is I'll just stay in there and drill on it. You know what I'm saying? You'll get to a point to where you're putting too much time and focus and energy onto this problem or this project to where you're actually starting to kind of starting to really be a detriment to it because it's like if you're not properly like taking time to find balance and relax and work out, eat something. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe not eat nothing. Right? Maybe you need to fast for a day or so.
Yeah.
That's really probably what most people need to do. They need to just quit eating all this bullshit, fast for a day or so, and then just see how you feel. I promise you, you'd be like, what the hell?
Like
You'd be like,
literally
damn,
take a
I'm not
day
tired.
off from all the
You'd be like, oh,
distractions,
like
the
my skin is
entertainment,
glowing. Like I look 20 years
business,
old again.
finance. Take a day off from all that stuff and just let
Yeah,
your mind
unplug.
rest for like a good day. You know what I mean? And try not to think about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And just
That's the
chill out, let your
hardest
mind
thing.
be free. And then watch how productive you become when you get back to putting your mind to something.
Mhm.
Watch how fast you like go forward.
Yeah, it's
Gotta give your
almost like
mind
an
some time to
addiction in
rest.
itself. I just thought about that
Like
because it's like,
going and just releasing that energy, man. You got to release that.
mhm. Right. And then like he said, it's like watch how productive and better you are when you come back. Think it's like because your brain's probably been craving that. It's like, wait a minute, hey man, it's like we're used to firing off creative idea. We're used to brainstorming. We're used to like having all them neurons like lit up and ready to go. And it's like we just shut down right now. And so when it gets back to work, it's like, oh yeah, here we go. This is what I'm used to. It's like, let's get it. That's how I
Now I
feel
think
sometimes.
a
I have to
picture.
force myself to take a break from working out. I'll be like, man, you need to get in there and work out. But it's really like it's probably just the dopamine or the reaction and the feeling that I get from working out that's make you know what I'm saying? Because I probably really am overtrained and I probably really need a couple days. But I'll take that day or two, and when I go back, it's just like I'm stronger, faster, more capable. I feel better. It's the same thing. You have to like refrain and fast from things, especially if it's something that you love and feels great, because that's when you got a tendency to do a little too much of that thing. And that's when it can become a problem, right?
But don't let your inner demon overtake you though, and turn it into procrastination.
Yep.
Because he will
Yeah.
slide you in there and
Yeah,
get you
bro.
like
And there's a bunch of ways to do
procrastinating.
it too.
Oh,
And it don't matter what type.
it's called man, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Ikigagi.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
what you're talking about. I can't
All
pronounce it
right.
Sound like it's
either.
familiar.
but you using that step, man, was like where you do something maybe like 5-10 minutes and then you take your break.
Mhm.
That might not be the same thing that I'm talking about, but same concept. I think it comes
Yep.
from Japan where you do a project and you put maybe 15-20 minutes in it and then you take a 5 minute break, 10 minute break, and then you go back into it. I'm gonna find
Mhm.
it and send it to y'all.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know
yes,
what?
yes,
Actually,
yes.
I like to do
Like
these
good training.
Tabata sets when I'm working out, and it does the same concept. It's like you'll perform like a movement, like as many of them like controlled and form correct as you can do in 20 seconds, right? And then you stop for 10 seconds. And you could do one Tabata sets technically it's 8 sets, but it's 4 minutes. So you think 4 minutes? That's not long at all. It's like 4 minutes. I could work out for 4 minutes. I
Yeah, it's a long
guarantee you,
time.
if you do a push up Tabata, I guarantee you're not going to be able to do 5 push ups after 4 minutes. You're going to get 2 minutes in and probably not be able to do five.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's it's amazing, but it's like the same concept. It's like you're pushing your body or your mind to maybe not its limits, but you're pushing it kind of past its state of comfortability, right? It's like if I'm normally just kind of chilling and going about my day, and now I have to, run across the street to, do something to help somebody real quick, or I have to climb up these stairs, or you know what I'm saying? It's like it's extra shit. It's more energy. It's like I gotta spend. But if you get used to doing that extra shit and that more energy, then that becomes normal, right? Like that's it. It's the same concept. Use it, then kind of like let yourself feel what it's like to not be all excited about this thing, or even to not be all sad or stressed out about this thing, like that bill. You don't got to worry about that bill the whole 29 days until it's due, man. Like you could literally just maybe think about it on the first, you know what I'm saying, and then maybe think about it again on the 15th.
How
And
about this? I
shit,
got
if
a
you ain't
better
paid
one
it by the
for you.
30th, bro, I don't know what
I
to
got a
tell you.
better one for you. How about the bill comes the first and you think about it, you pay it?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's why
Or how about anytime that a bill comes to mind, you pay it? Guess what that's going to do to your credit score? You feel what I'm saying? It's going to shoot
Yeah.
it through the roof. You know why?
right.
Because the best practice you can do is pay your bill before it's even cut. And your bill
I
will
I
just
never
like
had a credit score
go through the
at
roof.
all.
You know what I'm saying?
No credit profile, nothing again. I paid cash for everything until 2019.
Bro,
Never had a credit profile.
I had
But I didn't
one
have
with
a bank
school
account
bills
till
on it. You know what
2019.
happened to it? You know what I mean? It flatlined because I got the school bills loans on it ripped off of
Mhm.
it and it flatlined.
Boom. Yep. That's people don't understand too. There's like you got a credit score, but then you got a credit profile, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's totally
Yep.
different. Yeah, credit profile is going to be like they don't want to know like because technically, really, I could go from maxed out utilization, $20,000 in debt to 700 credit score in just about a month, two
Yes,
months.
sir. I'm a
I could
testament.
do it, no problem. I do it all the time. Matter of fact, my credit is
Same thing.
if you check my credit
Well,
right now,
one of y'all
you're
showed
gonna be
me
like,
how to
damn,
do
this
it.
boy's maxed out. He's in some trouble.
It-
Like I will
it's
fuck
all
my
about
credit up
accounts,
on
brother.
purpose because I
It's
know
all about
how
accounts.
to get it back right. So credit score is
They
just
got a lot of companies that you can add primaries, that you
mhm.
can pay the primaries. But yeah, it's like Brett saying, it's about your. It's not your credit score. It's about the report. You get a
Yes,
great
Yep.
it's
report.
about your reputation in business. That's what a credit score
Mhm.
really is.
Yeah.
And not even in business, because there's a lot of people that's got a shit credit score, right? How many times Donald Trump filed bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Right. So now if we would just talk, if you,
But 50
and
Cent just
everybody
did the thing.
thinks that's it. That's the secret. If I get a good credit score, then I'll become a millionaire. Like that's not it at all. As a matter of fact, you could have a 750 credit score and the bank ain't gonna give you no loan to start a business, because they're gonna look at it and say, well, literally, you ain't got nothing on your credit. There's no profile. We don't have any reputation to look back on. Like, yeah, you got a 750,
Mm-hmm.
but I literally went from no credit, no bank account until 2019 to Wells Fargo, all the accounts, brokerage account, and 750 credit score right off the bat. How do you no credit profile or like at all 750 as soon as I started paying attention to it? Because the first thing I did was I went and read the shit. Right. Well, what is this? What is a credit score? What does it do? What can it be used for? And how do they use it for or against you?
Mm-hmm.
First thing I do when I get an app, I hit the settings and I read all that shit. I go through everything. I'm gonna find out how to make it dark mode. I'm gonna find out what if I click this button. Like why I'm gonna learn how to use the shit and then I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna just use it and fuck shit up and then go back and reverse engineer how it goes. That's to me is like crazy. More than likely, I'm gonna find somebody that already is using it like effectively, and I'm gonna say, hey, show me how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Just
That's the
like
way
I'm
to
about
do
to
it.
use y'all how to figure out how to boost
Yeah,
my
yeah.
credit score up to 700 in a month real fast.
Exactly. Like, yeah, let's see.
I mean,
I'm
because I
gonna go
already
about
know
it and I'm
what I
gonna find
already
out
know. I
what if
already
I was a credit
understand it
bureau guy.
because my credit age, what I did was I got the Capital One taken off, which that's how I started building my credit score up. So it took my credit year, my age from 3 years to 1 year. You know what I mean? So it knocked my shit down like 48 points. I'm like,
Yeah.
sheesh.
And
All
any
right. Well, let's
discrepancy
go. Let's
at
go back
all,
to building.
any discrepancy out of there. And if one bureau removes, they all do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have to,
But
right?
they're supposed
Like
to.
it's
They're
got to
supposed to.
be that
That's
way.
how I get a lot of stuff cleaned off. Is they'll change it
Yeah.
on one bureau and don't change it on the other.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and cut that shit down. Don't give them all them addresses and phone numbers and names and versions of names and suffixes and
Mhm.
nicknames. Don't give them all that shit to attach to. Right? My shit's got one name, one number, one address. Anything else, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
don't know nothing about no murder.
All you really
Word.
need though is to bring it back up, bro. You need something that's a reporting maybe 6 to 7 years of history, and that'll bring you all the way back to the 700s.
And yeah,
Yep.
and then there's also there's a bunch of little third party companies and things that those bureaus are going to rely on to even get these information. So like they can't verify it, they can't put it on your profile, right? But all they're going to do is like they're going to look at it, they're going to call like this other company, and they're going to say, "Hey, you know anything about this?" And if that company has anything attached to that at all, they could say, "Well, I mean, yeah, we got this address listed." They're going to say, "All right, boom, put it on there, verified." Right? If you were to call that third party and opt out and say, "Hey, don't be giving my fucking shit to nobody. I do not consent for you to sell or share my data with anybody." Now, when they call to verify, that company by law can't tell them shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go into settings, opt out of letting them sell your data. They're making money off of all your data, and you gave them permission to do it with the
Yep.
user agreement that you clicked on.
Like we be saying, don't be reading them
Don't
agreements.
read nothing,
And
bro.
that's the main reason why everybody locked into a bill, because that contract says that they can reassign the
Yeah.
debt, but you
They can
can't.
reassign the debt. They can transfer. They can, well, I mean, you literally sign agreeing to do all this shit that they told you to do. And you did it because you thought you had to. That's the crazy part, right? That's not full disclosure. They have to let you know you have options, because if they don't, then it's not valid.
Yeah. Imagine how the
Right.
world would be if everybody was doing the business right.
Exactly.
The debt would be down, but it's just because of the fact that people just not telling you. Even if you ain't read the whole contract, all they have to tell you is like, yo, guess what? If you just, what I mean, X this out and say that you could resign the
Yeah.
debt, we'll be good. You know what I mean? Then when the bill come, then all you got to do is sign it to the treasury, like the law say. But you can't even do what the law say because the contract that you in
Right.
got you locked into.
And then it's crazy. I don't see how things like that aren't like how are some of those laws and bylaws and things not considered like infringing on your right to contract? Or is it the opposite? Is it no, you know what? If you really think, I just
No,
thought
because
about
you
it. The
signed it.
contract is really holding more weight than the law.
So what it is that you have the Constitution makes it where they can't abridge on the fact of your right to contract. The thing
Right.
of it is that when we go in there and we do the contract, we don't bring that blue pen. We don't go to
That's
redacting.
true. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for
Right.
them
And
with the laws that we know.
that is true. That's a good point. Because think about it. If you have two companies that are gonna, one's gonna buy one out, or they're gonna merge, or whatever the situation is, or hell, if I'm the king of England, you're the king of France, and we're gonna do business. But I'm not gonna listen to you, and you ain't gonna give up all your shit to me. So we're gonna do a contract and figure out these rules, and agreements, and shit, right? Like, damn, that's just I'm thinking about that. That's really where all that stemmed from too. The whole commercial system that we're under is like that's what it was. It was like you had this king and this king that wanted to work together, create these treaties and agreements, and that's how it was born. Do you think it was born out of greed, or do you think just why do you think, why would you be the king or the ruler of something? You have everything you want, and everybody listens to you, and if why then would you still feel the need to go and take something from someone else? That's a strange thing for me. Why go conquer another land if you've already got you got it all?
A lot of times when they come to
Agreed.
those, we talking about the landlords. So the lords of the lands
Mm-hmm.
were really the quote unquote kings. The king really just had the military.
Yeah,
So
the
he
people realize the merchants really ruled. The
exactly.
advisors, the king's advisors, and the church.
Right on.
Yeah, definitely. But money is where it goes, because then you could literally have someone who was, let's say, you were an emperor, you were a king, but there were a lot of people. That's the thing back then, the kingships, right? It was really easy to get a dumbass in power, because all you had to do was be born. Because that
Yeah.
was the whole thing. That was the whole guise that they kept everybody controlled by, was that these kings were ordained by God, right? So you got to listen to them. And that, so you can't say that this family is chosen by God to rule over everyone else, and then they have a son and he's an idiot, and well, everybody except this idiot like is God's chosen rulers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people that, like, even the Roman emperors and stuff, Nero, dude, he was a piece of shit, man. He was terrible. He was like out playing the fiddle while he watched the whole like city of Rome burn, and I'm pretty sure he set the fire. He just like set the city on fire, and just sat out there and played the fiddle. And then, like, I think he tried to kill his mom, or I think maybe his mom ended up killing him, because he was like, "Damn, you got to go, dude. You suck." Like, and he was the emperor. That's crazy.
Yeah,
He had to
like
tell
it
everybody
was a
what to do.
couple. It was a couple like kings that was like
Mm.
you know what I mean,
Man, we got off topic
the
there.
citizens got after because they was kind of like idiots. You know
Yes,
what I
man.
mean? I think
They
the
were
one the
really
one
stupid,
king, what
bro.
I forgot what the
One
one
of them
king did, but they
literally was
did
like
something and
deformed
he
and shit.
ran, right? It was like the barons, they had beheaded him or something
Oh,
for
dude, that
something
was,
he was doing.
yes, those czars back in the day. They murdered his whole family. You know that one warlock cursed the whole family, and the whole family really died. Like, this
Yeah.
dude was like, yeah, you can go. I can't remember his name, but I think they tried to kill him several times. Right? They literally like stabbed him and like tied boulders and rocks to him and threw him in the river in Russia where it's freezing cold, and he lived. Like, and then they tried to kill him like two more times, and like he lived through that too. And then he cursed the whole like family, and that was the end of the whole thing. Like, the whole dynasty was done, and I think it was after he'd already died too.
Yeah.
Somebody
I
went in
mean,
there. It's crazy.
bro,
I can't believe
when you start looking into the history of this world, bro, you start like you start noticing that everything definitely not what it seems, bro. You know what I
it.
mean? And you're definitely
Right.
not like what they try to claim you to be, like how you they try to claim you to be like nothing, like us is like
Yes, you're like
you know,
insignificant.
like low on a totem pole. I contend that us as humans are real high on the totem pole. You know what I mean? But they make us feel like we like, you know what I
Animals,
mean? Real prey and
right?
and there's a
Yeah,
lot of
it's like,
apex predators to us. You feel
unless
what
you're at a
I'm saying?
certain level or status, right? And here's what's crazy, right? It's like you could be, that's nothing but a little street thug, like ghetto ass, like nobody, right? you fuck around and can play some basketball, and I love him. That's fucking LeBron James. What do you mean? You know, like what the fuck? Like, what's the difference? I was playing basketball when I was in the hood, and now I'm playing basketball on TV, and I'm your idol.
Yeah, more shit
You
wild
called
me
the
like
cops on me, fucking like
people
you see me on the
having
corner, but now you literally want to get your fucking phone out and snap a selfie with me.
yo,
What? What the hell?
more shit excite me when I see like people with like, full grown lions and lion packs and stuff walking with them and shit like that. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Hey,
that's
you know what? Real
crazy
shit
right
though.
there.
It's probably normal as hell to them.
Right. But it's
Cause
supposed to be normal to
I'll
all
be
of us,
walking
you
the
know
pit
why?
bulls,
Because
bro,
we've
and
been
then
eating
people
too
run across the street.
we've been
I
eating
got the
too much
baby. I got a
meat.
2-year-old walking this big ass pit bull, and they'll run across the street like family finna get murdered or something. I'm like, so you think I let my daughter, my 2-year-old daughter, like hold the rope of a flesh eating monster? Like, what the hell? They do that, bro. It's crazy. I had this actually yesterday. It was crazy. I was in here working, and I kept hearing the dog. I was like, it sounded like Shadow. And then I went out, like, bro, they had the whole block like quarantined off. It looked like COVID was coming back. It was the dog catchers, bro. They had traps out. They had like one truck was here and one truck was there and all this. And I was like, hey man, I was like, damn, I was like, I know that's my dogs. I was like, because they ain't staying in the gate. The fat Shadow just jumps the shit. But it turned into this whole debate. They was telling me we're gonna cite you and you going to court and and all this shit. And I was like, well, hold on now. What am I being cited for? And he was like, well, for not restraining your dog. I said, but when you came and were called, matter of fact, when I came down there with the leash and got him, was he not in a fence? And he was like, well, yeah, but it wasn't your fence. And I was like, yeah, but don't I have an agreement with the guy that lives at that residence for my dog to be able to, be present at that residence? Isn't he in a fence restrained at a residence that is agreed upon? And he was like, oh, well, so can you tell me again what I'm being cited for? Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have nothing to say. He had to be like, anyway, turn that into the dude was the new director for the Humane Society over the whole county. And like he gave me the county commissioner's like number and everything. We negotiated using the tokens and shit for donations. So
Man,
like
check
they
you
was gonna
out.
like take my dog and fucking send me to court. And now they're wanting to know if we can work it out to donate to the Humane Society with our cryptocurrencies. That's
Way to turn
that's
a bad
that's what you do
situation
with good
political.
intentions and following the spirit, right? That's how you do that. I was
That's
gonna
how
get
you
pissed
do
off for
it.
a second though. I was like, if I speak this concept logically to this man, and he still tries to ticket me, then I'm probably gonna be a little dishonorable.
Yeah.
He
You
was
know what I
cool
mean?
though. He was cool, and honestly, it's like the third time they didn't come out and be like, all right, man. I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? You just watched him jump the whole fence. Like, I'm not finna shock the damn. I'm not finna abuse the dog because somebody else don't like to look at it. He's not like he bite nobody. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing wrong. He jumps my fence. He runs down to Dusty's, jumps Dusty's fence, and chills at his house with River. That's how it goes.
So your dog just terrifying the neighborhood.
Yeah, oh, he's scary as hell, bro. Yeah, he's a beast, a beast. It's so funny.
Scaring the shit out of
People are
people
so
because they
weird,
see
dude. They
him
really
jump
are.
the
They're
fence
too
just to
concerned
go
with the
holler at
wrong
his little
things.
homie.
They're too concerned. Like, first of all, I got 6 kids. I got 6 kids, right? Like, and all of them are still alive. They ain't been eating. Like, they're perfect health. Like, and you
Yeah.
are worried that my animals are gonna somehow get out and attack you and kill you. Wouldn't they go for like the little children, the weak ones first? Like, I'm pretty sure that's how it
Yeah.
goes. The easy target. Like, they're not gonna jump a fence or dig a hole through the fence and then come to your residence and attack you. So, like, for what? And if they were attacking anything, they wouldn't be around my kids.
So what you think? Like when it comes to like with the Web3 and
Mm.
blockchain and how we should be maneuvering with the like nonprofits, how you think we should incorporate that?
I think honestly, I told Josh, I said, man, we need to set up everything needs to have a nonprofit. Not just for tax purposes and and things like that. But it just gives you a lot more access to be able to do things that you couldn't do. Like if I'm just trying to get some money and get paid and make some money and sell a product or whatever, I mean that's cool. That's fine. Do that. But if you're really trying to do something more than just make money, I think a nonprofit is the way to go. For one, somebody will look at any business, and if that's all you do is just sell a product, well, you're just a business. If you're running a nonprofit that's helping the community or that's like donating or that's making the change at all, anybody else that thinks that way or that is into that kind of shit is going to come check out what you got going on.
Yeah.
Like the moment I find out that you're doing something for the community, like I want to know what it is, even if I don't know nothing about it or I don't even plan. I'd like to shit. How are you contributing to like be a positive change? Like, that's inspiring. We do that too. You know what I'm saying? And you know what usually happens is they end up working with us because we're both just trying to kind of do the right thing, right? When you fucking are doing the right thing and being a good person, you want to hang around with other people doing that. That's probably why you quit hanging around people that ain't. And sometimes it's like hard to do that because sometimes during those growth moments, you start to realize that these people that you thought were that aren't, right? You've loved them, you've been friends with them, you've done business with them, you've had interactions or associations with them for years, or maybe you just met them, right? Either way, you're thinking that these are these type of people that have good intentions. And then it's not until either everything goes wrong or you're about to, do something even better and they aren't prepared for it or afraid that, to get left behind or whatever the case may be, attachments, that you notice those things. You start to realize, damn, man, that's a red flag I overlooked for years. Or you start to notice, man, you know what? He is a little dishonest or shady. Or, and you start to notice these things. And then maybe that's what it is. Everybody's so, I don't, I think it's crazy, man, for you to tell someone else how they should handle an emotion or a situation or a thought or a problem because everything's different for everybody, right? Like you might be the type to fall apart when shit pops off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to literally become panicked and not be able to react and do something about the situation when it gets hectic, right? Chaotic. I want to be just like I am. When shit pops off, I want to be able to react immediately, take the threat out, solve the problem, whatever the issue is, and then we'll deal with the emotion and the adrenaline and the process and the thoughts and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be stuck in panic and fear while I need to be really jumping into action.
Yeah. I
So
mean, and
I want my
that's what
system of thoughts by that point,
the
right? But if it's
main
something else,
narrative
I
is,
know
right?
I'm a little too go. So in other situations where maybe shit ain't popping off, it's just like a little, maybe I need to be more like you, where I'm a little calmer and a little, let me think about this first and let me be a little more resolved, right? So don't tell somebody else how to do nothing. And definitely don't tell them how to feel. You got to accept them and what they think. And if they lying, that's on them. They're going to deal with that consequence and that karma. If you
Yeah.
got good intentions, you ain't got nothing to worry about except a little bit of like expectation that you didn't get and you got let down. But even then, you could choose to accept that as a thing that tears you apart or that just is what it is, a thing, a moment in time. Because that's all this shit y'all worried about is when it's over with. It's just
Yeah.
remember that time that shit happened.
Accept that you outgrowing those people. I mean, that's what I did. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's pretty much what happened to me. Like all the friends that I used to hang out with back in the day through high school and stuff like that, like we still cool, but it's like I'm on to other things and they're
right.
on to other things. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I outgrew them and now I have new friends that's on the things that I'm on. You know what I mean? That's the wave that I want to be on because we produce and get things done. I
That's
had
a
to
good
cut off
thing.
some split ends because of the fact that, you know, I couldn't, like you said, couldn't tell them how to react or be the way, what I mean, whatever situation is. But, there is a thing called people skills. And,
Yes.
you got to have some type of communication skills and people skills, you know, to, combat however you feeling because you just can't be
You can't
thinking
react
that
just
you're
on
going to run
feeling
a
alone.
business. You can't think that you're going to run a business and react and act how you want
No,
to
you got
all
people
people
to
and
worry
think
about.
that you're still going to be able to do business. Like, no, bro, you got
You can't do a relationship
it's
like that too,
times and
though.
places for things, and you got to be who you need to be to get where you need to be. You feel what I'm saying? But if you continue to, like, just let your emotions react and you like in the position of like making a deal or business or some shit like that, and he might say something that you don't like, you can't just be like, man, fuck that. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just fly
Yeah, you
off. You
can't be
gotta
like,
be
hell
like,
no, bitch, I'm out.
hold
Like
up,
they're gonna be
man. Hold
like,
up. Can
what?
we restructure this a little bit? Can we like
Yeah, let's
retalk what we
negotiate.
talking about right here? You feel what I'm saying? Things about that. But you know, as soon as you fly off, you know, guy gonna be looking at you or the gal gonna be looking at you like a deer in headlights, like, oh shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to
like,
do
oh,
business with this person.
never mind. Yeah, never mind, because if one thing gonna go wrong, he gonna come shoot the whole place up. No, we ain't doing business with him.
Right. You
And
know what I
it
mean?
goes back into the contract thing too. Like, take that pen out and X that shit out, rewrite it, and then represent. Right, give them an offer because that's what they're doing when they say no or they say I want. You're gonna have to do this. They're giving you an offer to accept. Now you can literally be offended and fly off the handle and be like, "Fuck you," you know what I'm saying? Or you could literally read the offer like a negotiation and say, "You know what? No, here's my offer," and give it back.
Yeah, and don't be
Right?
and what be the a lot of people problem because I know because I feel it. You know what I mean? When I've tried going into dealerships and talking to people and stuff like that, it's that feeling of how these people gonna feel about what you doing. It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter how they feel. You feel what
Nope.
I'm saying?
It
You
don't
do
matter how
what you
you
going there
feel.
to do and do business how you know how to do business. However they feel don't really matter. You feel
Yep.
what I'm saying? Just
Yep.
go in there
There's
and do
a
what
lot of
you need to
times that
do, and then you structure the deal like you're supposed to, like the businessman you was born to be. You feel what I'm saying? And that's it. You ain't born to be no consumer. You born to be a co-creator and create businesses
Mhm.
for people and make things flourish around here. You're not supposed to be working. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And
We
you know
got
what? If
those
you one of them people that
NPCs out here
everybody
that
call
are the
crazy,
workers. You know, the workers are the people that can't
yeah.
digest these type of conversations. You know what I mean? You know you are a worker if you can't you know what I mean, digest what we're talking
Right.
about
If you
right
hear
now.
what we say and
You know what I
offended,
mean?
if
Yeah.
you're offended by what we're saying, then you probably just you're okay in your lane. Stay there. Right. My problem is really if you got somebody it's like you're just in the way at this point. It's like you trying to be all over here, but you're not trying to be over here to get somewhere. You're over here in the way. Like you're trying to block the flow of traffic. Like that's the shit that gets on my nerves. It's like, bro, if you ain't really with the movement, just get the hell out of the way. Over here
Yeah.
being a speed bump and shit. Like,
And I get it, like, you know what I mean, if you don't if you don't wanna like indulge in what other people say when you post online or whatever, sometimes I'll be like, bro, some of these people just shouldn't even post on my post. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
You
cause
know,
if you
I
don't
don't
like
get the
what I'm
point
posting, why are you
of
trying to bring your
trolling.
energy over here on my post? You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
You
crazy to
supposed
me.
to add value to the post. Don't come
Yeah,
over
or
here
just not
talking
do
about this,
nothing.
that, and the third
If you
on the
don't
post.
resonate, keep it pushing,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? If we don't resonate, don't do anything on the
Yeah, it's
post.
cool, bro. Because you know what I'm gonna do if I see your dumbass post? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Right.
I'm not gonna throw a slick shot. I'm not gonna drop a mean comment. I'm not gonna throw a little mad face on it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna say that's fucking stupid. And I'm gonna keep it pushing, bro.
Yeah.
Dumb as hell. Or maybe I'm gonna say dumb as hell, but I don't understand it. Maybe it's cool. I'm gonna go on. Find something I do resonate or understand. And like that shit.
Like a boy will
But the
walk
last
past
thing I'm
me
gonna
that
do
I
is
ain't seen in a
worry
while or whatever.
so much about how you think to
He was
no,
like, "Yo,
I'm
you
doing me.
working?" I was like, I'm doing my 1 2s and stuff like that or whatever. He was like, my job's
You do the
hiring.
same thing.
You know what I mean? He was like,
I do
my
this shit.
job's
I'm getting
hiring or
scared to tell
whatever.
people I don't work
I was
because they
like,
get
yeah,
mad at you.
I was like,
What you mean you don't fucking got a
where you
job?
working at? He was like, someplace down the street or whatever. He was like, making like, $15 an hour. You know, that shit was like, what? $15 an hour. I don't want
Bro,
that.
I had a W-2 from like 2 years ago that I didn't know about it. Like, and I went in there to get it, and they kept trying to get me to like they kept trying to give me a job, bro. I was like, no offense, man, but no. You know what I'm saying? Will you 27? I don't care, bro. That is no.
Bro, I try
I'm
my
not
luck.
gonna
I
come
was like,
build
yeah,
tires again. Like I told you the whole fucking time I was here building tires that I was leaving and never coming back. Like I might have lied about the coming back, but I just come to file some taxes, bro. Not
yeah.
interested.
I'll make more money with people that I network with than I would do in
Yeah.
a job. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, I
Like,
have more opportunity is kind of the way I look at it too. It's like, yeah, I could go to that job and I could get $27 an hour and make, you know, hell, as long however many hours I could work a week. That's how many, I could make. Well, I could literally, but I could miss out on an opportunity to make $1,500 in 2 minutes, you know,
Mhm.
or I could literally be called in work building this big ass tire to make $27 in an hour and missed $10,000 worth of trades. And that's why I've always quit every job I ever had. Cause I'd be like, I only use a job to get like seed money or funding or in, you know, when I need it, I use that to get the things I need or the tools necessary to do what I'm trying to do. Right.
Yeah.
And so I'll be getting, you know, and the moment I get to the point where it's like, all right, I needed $1,000 and I got $950. I'm already thinking like, shit, I might not even come in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like I got what I need and I damn sure don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? It was just a
I'm
tool.
always,
Job,
yeah, job
phone,
is a
computer,
predictable
car,
income.
same thing to me. Tool to get
Predictable
what I need.
income, just like bills. Bills are predictable. You know what they are, how much they're going to be. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the month. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Some of them
happy. My
fluctuate a
mom
little
take
bit,
care of
but
that.
like I said, that shit don't really matter. But if you want to be like, just like, all right, the bills is this amount. Oh, the faster you get that amount, as soon as you get that amount, you pay it, whatever bill it is. Oh,
Right.
my phone bill is gonna be due this month. All right, well, you pay that joint when you get it. Pay it when you get it. Pay it when you
Yep.
get it. So it's like you ain't gotta worry about it by the end of the month. You just got all your bread. You feel what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna matter when the bill due.
Right. Who
Cause
cares?
you just
Oh, it's
paying
due on
them.
the
You know that you
15th or
paid
the
it this
13th.
month. You
It
feel what I'm
doesn't matter.
saying?
I
Don't
got it.
matter. Them due dates,
Got
them due dates is nothing but a I don't know.
stress.
I feel like
It's a trigger.
it's a fear mongering thing.
Yeah, it's a trigger. It's just like
You
we're
make
gonna
your
keep sending
own
these
due date,
notices to get
man.
y'all throwed off. It's distractions, every bit of it.
Yeah, make your
Every
own due
time
date.
somebody's hating on you, every time one of your loved ones is telling you crazy, like you got to start looking at it. It's like these ain't these people doing these things, and because I think that's what it is. I think that's what gets everybody so fucked up. It's like this is somebody that I love, somebody that loves me, or this is somebody I respect. This is the business, but this is somebody that I interact with on a daily basis that knows my character, right? And that
Mm.
knows, you know, who I am and that we've agreed to work together because we do, know and respect one another. And now they're acting like I've done changed up or switched up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's that thing that gets everybody to start letting the emotions take control and react on those. But you got to sometimes look at that like, how many times have you had a feeling about something or somebody that was like negative and that you were just like, and then you've been wrong, very, very wrong about it. And when you actually stop and let, damn, my impulses, my emotions about made me think or do some stupid shit. And now that I'm thinking about it, that don't even make sense. Right. Like, why would I think that? Because obviously that don't make sense. Right. So every human being on the planet has to admit that they have done that at least 1 million times a day.
I mean,
Right,
yeah.
because you think wrong shit, bro. We all do. I think wrong shit on purpose to formulate concepts and ideas to get to a better answer. Sometimes I start with like, well, this is what the wrong situation would be, or this is what you wouldn't want to do, and then like reverse engineer that shit back to like a better way to do it.
I
Um,
laugh at them. I laugh at them
yeah, I do.
ideas.
Like
I be
now,
like, bro,
but
that is the
if it's
funniest,
somebody I love
weirdest
though,
idea I
now
could ever think of in my life.
that's the thing. A stranger, bro, that's funny as hell. That's humorous. But if it's somebody I love, I ain't gonna lie. I do have a tendency if I really care about, because that shit's, I'm like, bro, you know me. Like, you know me. You trying to act like that I would even think some shit like that. What? And I get offended. I think it's what it is. Get my feelings hurt, then I get angry, maybe. But if I literally looked at it like I'm trying to look at it now, it's like, that's not the person I love saying no dumb shit like that. They know better. That's just one of them lower vibrational things that's got a hold of them that they trying to shake off. And you know what I'm saying? If you start looking at it like that, or you look at it like they just don't know no better, it's a child. It's like little baby do some stupid shit. You're not gonna cuss her out, kick her across the floor. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, oh, it's all right, baby. You're gonna try to tell her. You're gonna try to teach her. Teach her the right way, don't you know what I'm saying? And it hurt people hurt people. That's how that shit goes, y'all.
Yeah, and
Just like
misery
happy
do love
people make
company.
other
That's
people
crazy.
happy. Happy people make other people happy.
Absolutely.
Motivated people motivate other people. Iron sharpens iron. It's that simple. If you're miserable and you're sad, um, I guarantee that you are treating others badly. I know it. If you are angry and depressed and sad and you don't like yourself or you don't like something about yourself, I guarantee that you are mistreating others.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't
It's
do
not
it.
good.
Accept the shit you've done. It happened, but it's over. It's just a moment in time. You did some shit happened as a result of it, and that was the consequence. Maybe you deal with them, maybe you don't. But you definitely shouldn't hold on to it either way. Let that shit go. If you did some shit, you did it.
Hey,
Don't feel
even
bad
if
now. You
it
didn't feel bad when you did it.
even if it means drop tears for it, drop
Yeah, shed
tears,
a
let it
tear, bro.
go. I
Go
say
to the person you've
tears is
wronged
nothing but
and
pain and weakness
make
leaving the body.
atonement
That's
for
all
it.
it is.
Right? If you feel this way, it's a reason because you didn't do something. All that anger you got towards somebody else is not because, oh, they did this to me and that's why I'm angry and I can't I can't do nothing else. They ruined my life. No, bro, no. It's you are ruining your own life because you're holding on to something. And chances are that person you're mad at's forgot all about it.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part. Is you gonna let your whole aura be off over something somebody's done to you. And most of the time they probably didn't even realize it was that big a deal or that they even did it. I hurt people's feelings unintentionally all the time just because I'm blunt and direct. And it's like, if you come to me wanting me to solve your problem, I'm gonna solve the fucking problem. I'm not gonna cater to your feelings because you didn't come to me and ask me to support you or to make you feel better. You come to me and gave me a problem to solve. So if you
Yeah.
want me to cater to your feelings or if you want to vent, then you need to come to me and say, hey, I just need you to listen to me. I just need somebody to talk to. You know, I just I just need a shoulder to cry on. Okay, cool. That's what but let your intentions be known, right? That's a problem too, is like people will they'll say this is what I want, and so you address it as such. And then it's really like, no, that's not really what you wanted. What you really wanted was this, but you didn't say that. And so it's like their miscommunication is what screws everything up.
Hey, look, I
Or
did
an
it to you
unwillingness
yesterday.
to.
I told you I was like, yo, I'm gonna drop tears and I'm gonna push
Yeah.
forward for this yesterday. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because
and we had a
that's how you gotta
conversation,
do. Gotta get it, gotta let
we
that
did
shit
it, we
go
moved on,
and get
and
stronger. That's it.
yeah, man, I'm I ain't gonna lie though, that's still on me. Like I've been thinking about that ever since you told me and we had that conversation. I was like,
I
man,
totally feel about everything y'all saying too. Like you can't keep holding people back to things
no,
they did yesterday. I know it be
I know,
still in mind, but like, are you choosing to have it on your mind, or are you
right? You
choosing
are
to get past
always.
it? It's like
Right.
I don't remember nothing that make me sad, yo. I'm
I
trying to
try not to.
forget that
I
shit.
remind myself of
Right.
bad decisions and shit that I've done and things, I stay aware of the fact that you know what, you've wronged people. You know, you have been selfish, you've been greedy, you've done all these things, right? And so it makes it easier for me not to be mad at somebody and hold on to that anger. If I'm
Like
mad at somebody
a
because they
person
lied to
who,
me, I think back, you know what? I have lied before.
like a
And
person
I
who
have lied and not
is
cared
very
really. Like
good.
not that I was heartless, but I've lied and not cared because I didn't think it was that big a deal. Like it's just a little something. It wasn't that big a deal. But you don't really know how someone else is going to take that. Maybe that person had a traumatic experience in their past and that is a huge deal to them. So it's nothing to you, but it's a huge deal to them. And that's like a big thing about relationships is you got to understand your partner, you got to understand your business partner, you got to understand what it is you're doing, the goals, the plans, the objectives, and you got to be willing to fucking set your boundaries and be honest about it. Like it's so funny how quick we'll put everybody else's faults and everything at the forefront. It's like I could tell you everything wrong with you, but then it's like you ignore everything wrong with yourself. And I think it's so crazy.
And
Yeah,
growing
like be
up is
truthful with
whack.
yourself, be truthful with the other people, and then they have to be open to accept it. Because you can't just formulate your thought or idea and then that's just it. That's what it is, and that's how life goes.
and you can't be sitting there blaming people for other people who they never even met problems. Like,
Right.
I can't be saying everybody because I met five people. I
Yeah,
can't
I
be
know.
sitting
I
there
hate that
being
when they're like,
sad because
all those people.
you can possibly do what they did. So I can possibly chew the same food that somebody else did.
Yeah.
Mean it's gonna be good for me or it's gonna be tasty to me.
Right.
Nah,
I go eat an egg
everybody
roll, don't mean I'm
different.
Chinese.
And just grow. We just gotta grow and stop holding on to these grudges. And people
Yeah.
be like, I
Yeah.
don't have no grudges. Bullshit. If you spend
Yeah.
your time
If
thinking
you
about things that happened in the
be so
past
damn angry.
and keep repeating it to other people who ain't got no shit to do with the past,
I know.
you a grudge
That's a sign of
holder.
trauma for sure. Like you
It
said,
sure
if it's
is.
unrelated and something else is attached to it that was like a past experience, it's like, yeah, that's the trauma right there. Because it's
And
like
then if you don't want
I
to
forgot to
address
put
the
my socks
trauma,
up and now I'm cheating. What the hell? That's some trauma they got.
and then they want to abuse you because they traumatized. Nah,
Yeah.
you got to
And it's
deal with
weird
that.
if you try to because you can notice, like, the reason I can notice it is because I've been traumatized, right? I went through, like, it, severe trauma and should be really fucked up, like, all the way more crazy than I am. You know what I'm saying? And I like probably was back then, but I had to eventually just kind of realize, like, damn, I'm selfish and, like, always, like, I don't trust nobody and all this. It's really just shit from my past. It's really just like when I was a child and things were, maybe my mother wasn't there for me. And so it's a neglect and an abandonment. It's a trust issue thing. Or it's like, some past relationship with somebody where this person did this. And you know what I'm saying? So now I'm letting that linger on to all these other relationships with other people that probably would have been amazing. They probably would have done everything and been everything I wanted and needed, but because I was still holding on to the trauma from the last bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. And then just thinking like that, it's like I would never, like, refer to anybody that I'm with, like that to another person as a bitch. I'm never gonna be like, yeah, this bitch I'm dating now. Like, you know what I'm saying? What? And if you do that, I'm gonna punch you in your shit. Like, but that's just the culture. That's just the way it is. Like, yo, I got my side bitch, I got my main bitch, I got my other bitch, and then, I got these three other bitch. Like, okay, and ain't none of them worth a shit because they letting you call them a bitch and still wanting to be with you. That's
Man, I'm
weird.
a,
It's
I'm a
so
firm believer
crazy.
of that, of being like a victim of that too, because it's like,
Yeah,
they try to tell me that, like, oh, you was scarred by other women. I was like, scarred by who? You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that I was ever scarred by was the loss of my peoples all at once. You know what I mean? In a
yeah.
car
That's
accident. That's the
that's some
only thing that
traumatic shit to
scarred
go
me.
through.
And I didn't even let that joint wear me down. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't even wear that on my face. You feel what I'm saying? So I let alone let a woman or anything like that put any type of emotion in me to make me act or react in any way for you to say that, oh, because you was
Yeah,
scarred by it. No, I wasn't. You know what I
because
mean? Don't try
you've
to say
dealt
that
with
was
way
maybe
more
that was
trauma.
what you maybe that happened to you. It definitely didn't happen to me.
Exactly,
You
and
know what
that's
I
what I'm
mean?
saying. I'm not going to tell you how you feel or what you think about a situation or what you would do in a situation. I'll tell you what I would do, and I'll tell you, like, maybe I'll tell you from my perspective what I could maybe assume you might do, But even then, like, hell, I'm gonna tell you what I think you would do, and you're gonna tell me you're wrong, and I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna say, okay, my bad. What would you do? Right? Because, like, that's the thing. We all different. We all people that have our own lives, our own perspectives, and our own abilities and strengths and weaknesses. This turned more into like a life coach session than a wealth talk, but really a lot of these concepts they do integrate. You know what I mean?
All
You're
wealth,
not gonna
bro.
be wealthy if you're not happy.
It's all wealth,
I
bro.
consider wealth and happiness the same thing. I really
All
do.
our talks be wealth talks, bro.
They
No
really
matter
do because
which which angle
we
it
ain't giving
come
no
from.
bullshit. Everything we say is valuable, and I ain't gonna speak nothing stupid.
Because we always say that the most valuable thing and where it starts first is the mind. You know what
It
I'm
does.
saying? And you can
That's
pick
the
up
thing.
on the
Happiness
gems that
cannot be
drop when they
dependent on
drop.
other shit. If you are dependent on another person to make you happy, they're gonna let you down, and you're not gonna be happy. Right? I don't care who it is. Your children are going to let you down, bro. Your brother's gonna let you down. Your wife is gonna let you down. Your best friend's gonna disappoint you. It's life. That shit happens every day. It's probably gonna happen today. I guarantee. As a matter of fact, it's already happened. I have been disappointed today already. Right? I am not gonna be angry, bitter, and sad, and now dump my shit on you because I've been disappointed by somebody that I thought was fuck that expectation. Just let it go. You expecting too much, and that's why you're angry and let down. Or you can't deal with the shit that you did and the expectations you didn't live up to. So now you're angry, and it's reciprocating to other people.
Yeah, you can't give up. You gotta wake up at it and ready. Like a scary movie is, like when somebody wake up out of their sleep and the scary monster be right there as soon as they wake
Yeah.
up. That's how the energies is on you. You know what I mean? Soon as you wake up, the energies is right in your face on you. Probably beating you up while you sleep too. You feel
Oh,
what I'm
definitely.
saying?
And you
Like
better, like,
you
look
gotta
at it
wake up
too.
and get ready.
Pay
Like you gotta
attention.
wake up and be ready, bro, because at any moment of time that you feel like you want to give up, dog, you are losing bad.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And at
And
any
you
time
figure
that
you
you
look
feel like
around
you
like
got
with
everything
mental
under
health being
control.
a real bad situation nowadays. Like I haven't I could tell you like almost when that started happening. Like mental health like wasn't a real bad issue until just like recently. Just like autism and autistic kids and
Yeah.
like yo, I don't remember that.
You know, it
Them
used to
just
be
being
one in
hyper kids
10,000
or whatever.
kids.
They was outside and stuff like that. Like bro, like all this stuff is new and they just really really playing mind games with everybody, bro.
It's fear. It's really, think about it. If you are in fear, you're not thinking clearly,
I mean,
right?
everybody got
If you are
anxiety,
in
man.
grief, you're
So
not
many
thinking
people got
clearly.
anxiety.
Yeah, if you have anxiety that's through the roof, you are not thinking clearly. If you are angry, you are not thinking clearly.
You know,
If you're too excited,
I got a
if you're
homie
too
that can't
excited,
even
you're
make
not
it
thinking clearly.
to studios and stuff like that because of the fact if it's too far, you feel what I'm saying? He can't do the highways because he got anxiety of like driving the highways. I was like, bro, I thought you kicked him in the ass a long time ago. He's like, nah, he's still whipping my ass. Like, oh, what is that, bro?
You know what? Think about that though. It's not like these problems just disappear. It's like they became a problem because you weren't attentive to the things that caused them. You were able to solve the problem because you then became attentive to the reasons. But the moment you stop being attentive, it's going to go back to a problem, right? It's like disease. It's diseasement of the cells. There's something unnatural happening in the body that's causing a mutation in the cells that produce a cancer, right? That's how that works. It's just like a disease. It's going to be something inside the body or something that's not right in the body that's causing a diseasement of that particular system. If it's like an endocrine system or if it's, respiratory system or whatever. And when it does that, it's going to affect the whole entire system, which is going to affect the other systems around it, which is going to affect the whole body because your body is a system of systems working together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that simple. Like, but
Like, I want to
instead
go
of
out there with JoJo as
addressing
she
what
eat
the
the
outside
best. She got
substance
all
or
the
the problem
organic food
is.
out there. I want to go out there and eat with JoJo.
Yes, I know. I promise you, I want her to fucking go cut me a jackfruit off of the fucking tree and just mail it to me. Send it to me. I don't care how you get it to me.
I mean, Nasu said he just touched
So
down in
you ain't gonna
Miami and
get
his neighbors
that
offered them a
jackfruit in the
mango off the
mail.
tree. Like, yo, you want some mangoes? I'm like, dang, that's so much love right there. Like, what?
I know.
Them cats is eating me alive over here trying to ship stuff outside this country. Y'all, I'm over here just like I
Well, get
can't.
me a
Y'all,
jackfruit
poor
before they
Empress.
do.
But I
Nah,
thought you
they
was
ain't even
still in
poor.
like the
Poor
U.S.
Empress. If
territory, bro.
anything is motherfucking ass. $50 in shipping and handling. Hell no, Costa Rica ain't no U.S. territory. Who be lying to y'all in them states? We
I
are
thought
here
it was. I thought it
for
was in U.S.
stuff.
territory. I thought it
No, you're
was.
probably
We
thinking of
just
Puerto Rico.
accept U.S.
Puerto
stuff.
Nah,
Rico.
yeah, that's Puerto
We
Rico.
not
Yeah,
here
Puerto
for this.
Rico
Costa
is
Rica, you outside of
Costa
there.
Rica is its own.
Yeah,
And
we
you got to think about it, it ain't got a
free.
military too. That's a peaceful nation that they can't invade. That's what I keep thinking.
That's all we got. We got ourselves. But we really on this level that we not trying to be in none of this.
Yeah.
Right.
We too
I
peaceful
was
for
moving to
being
Costa
part of
Rica, really. I was really, that was where I like done my diligence, different countries, different places. I wanted like a subtropical climate. It was like warm and you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want it to be in like a really fucked up place with like all kind of stupid. If I'm gonna leave fucking
I
America, I'm
gotta
not
be
going somewhere
honest with you.
worse.
I've been trying to get out and see if there's a different place, not because I don't like it here, just to see if this is exactly where I want. And
Yeah.
every time I get through like looking and researching different areas, those areas just get darker and darker.
I know.
Like they
It's
want you to do
crazy.
like super visa runs. They want you to do like personal visas outside your passport. They want to hold
Kind of
you
weird shit.
hostage to your own country, but you trying to leave your country.
That's
It's
crazy.
weird. Like I'm not trying to look for a place I got to struggle with. I'd have gone back to my ass
I
to
want to get
America.
away from all these
Right.
people trying to tell me what to do, not become
They
more involved with it.
and
But I
then
am learning as I get
language
older.
barriers.
I am learning as I get older and I start to network and become like I guess more wealthy and shit. Is that does that is like a way to do that. You just got to go through a lot of bullshit. You got to go through the whole
If
foundational
you
process of setting all. But eventually, the systems will get you to a point to where nobody fucks with you and you don't have to ask nobody for nothing.
if you don't want to learn multiple languages, it's like that's gonna cut off a
Yeah,
lot of your travel too. Because like say you go to Africa. In Africa, there's so many countries within Africa, you gotta learn like 5 or 6 different languages. If you
and
go
not
to
only languages,
Japan, you gotta
dialect.
learn like 5 or 6 different Asian languages. You
Hmm.
can't just be
Dang.
rolling up saying,
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
crazy.
be Japanese. You'll never be Japanese. You don't even know Mongolian. You still figure out how to translate.
Right.
Do you have in Japan, in Japan, but they speak Mongolian, they speak Korean, they speak all kinds of different languages, but you in Japan. And
Yeah.
it's like, if you're not ready for that, seeking different territories is not for you. Like
Most
I'm
people
over
too
here
close minded.
barely speaking Spanish. It may be different dialects of Spanish, but the core is Spanish. I only gotta learn Spanish. I
That's
ain't
it.
trying to go to Taiwan and learn Taiwanese, Korean, Mongolian, and all that other mess. I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to build
Right,
wealth.
right.
My mind on money.
I got time for all that
It's like, can
bullshit.
I sit down in your energy, in your territory, and just be able to use your internet and get some wealthy money moving?
Right,
I
right,
Other thing
right.
can't
too is
do it,
sometimes you ain't
peace.
got to
I
speak
don't
the
want
language
to
if
do it.
you vibrating on the same frequency. People
Yeah,
they
but
won't be able to
then you
understand
gotta
shit.
tap
Like,
into their frequency, Chris.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
can't just be talking about I'm here, vibe with me. They
yeah,
already
yeah. You
got
got
a
to tune.
frequency.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I
exactly.
was thinking about going
But
to
when you
like
do that,
Belize.
nothing matters. They gonna support it. Belize, yeah,
Belize
Belize,
is very supportive, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
But
Chris has
Colombia,
got some stuff in Fiji. He's actually as a matter of fact, I ain't gonna say publicly that I am going, but I'm damn sure thinking about going to Fiji with him and doing that spiritual cleanse in the jungle with it's not like ayahuasca, but it's something like it.
I would.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
Like
done
well,
did the
like in order
DMT.
to
So
work with this
far,
family,
DMT
you have
is
to.
my favorite.
Like they will not work with you unless you do this spiritual cleanse.
Yeah, I
And they
will. I
work
would.
with
I
the
want to do
government
something
of
like that.
Fiji. And so I mean I'm definitely I'm going. I think I'm going. I don't want to commit completely, but I'm pretty sure my mind's
You
made
should
up
commit
now.
to it.
I think
Either commit or
that's the only
no.
reason I'm reluctant to say that because I know if I say publicly in front of somebody, I'm going, it's done. Like it don't matter.
Don't get scared. Don't be
You
Yeah,
want
scared.
to
you know,
lift some
it's
flags?
not a scary thing. I really
Go
want to do it,
experience
but I
that,
got a
bro.
baby on the way and there's a whole bunch of shit going on. You know what I mean? Like,
You you can lick some frogs, man, and make it easier for
yeah,
yourself.
there's a lot of stuff that I.
There's some animals
It's
out
more
here.
about the opportunity, really. Because
We
this
find
family,
out, JoJo.
they won't do business with you unless you go and you do this spiritual cleanse. And they already work directly with the government of Fiji and like big, huge opportunity with like a lot of things. And I kind of just respect the fact that it's like they got their code and it's like even though it's kind of a little ridiculous, they stand on it. And I got my ways, right? There's gonna be some shit that I say this is how it is, and if you don't agree to it, get the fuck on.
Yeah, man. But
So
look,
I
that's
think I'm gonna do
wealthy
it.
for you. I tell you.
That's wealth, bro. Wealth is being willing to sacrifice and spend a whole month in excruciating pain to spiritually cleanse so you can work with the government of Fiji.
Shit. Man, that sound
No,
like
you
that
put it
sound
like
like
that. I'm like,
that
damn,
sound
do I want to
that
go?
sound like a play to me. You know what I mean?
I know it does to me
I
too.
gotta get back with Nasu so we
Yeah,
can
I know.
so we can build on this what he was talking about, bro. Because
You
that's
gotta
About
exactly
his
hey,
what
Bra-
don't
what we
fall
Brazil
doing.
fall
state.
soft, man. You gotta feel me and you.
We about to spread for real out here. You know what I mean?
Yo, can I speak on this real quick? Yo,
Yeah.
we got Nasir, we got you with Zamaji, we got Chris, and we got me. I feel like we should build something on top of our platforms
Mm-hmm.
because we basically and are nonprofits. I have multiple nonprofits in my nonprofit to keep me
Yeah.
nonprofit. But it's
Right.
like I feel like if we could make something that combines everything that we do
A
into
conglomerate, say for
one,
instance.
yeah, a conglomerate.
I
Just
swear me and
one
Josh
spot.
literally before
Yeah, I know.
this,
I be telling him, but he be telling me
just
what,
a minute
like
ago, he's like, we're
Avatar,
gonna do it. Fuck it. We're
and I
doing a
be like, yo,
conglomerate.
I'm
It's done.
confused.
Launch it. And you know what? Because look, it's like he said earlier. He said we will get together, we will talk, and it's like we all have the same damn idea. There ain't no fucking way that we all have the same idea at the same time, and we supposed to all ignore it and not do it.
No,
Yeah,
no
because
way.
I'm over here redoing my website during this entire
I
call,
have been
right?
rebranding and revamping my entire like idea and perspective on everything. Like,
And
those
I mean,
board
I'm
changes every
physically
day,
doing it
man.
right now, and I was just like, yo, I'm doing a lot. And I was
Oh,
just be truthful. I
Yeah.
got a lot going on, and even I had to make a web page, just a web page that said my NFTs, NFTs in one spot. And I had this long ass list on all the sites I got NFTs and NFTs on. And I was like, dang, JoJo, you mean you gotta go and copy and paste, make a picture, make a
yeah.
photo, put in a tab? Dang, girl, why you do this to yourself?
I know. I
Uh,
keep going back and reevaluating the shit I'm doing, and I'm like, oh my God, this has
Like I'm
been so
trying,
hard because I'm an idiot. Like, oh, I
like
could
that's
have just
it,
did
really.
this.
Why
Like,
am I
what?
doing this to myself? I'm trying to
It's
make a
so stupid. I worked the
donation
shit out of
page.
myself, and I could have just picked up the phone and hit Naeem up and said, "Hey man, can you help me with this avatar?" Like he'd have had that shit done in 2 seconds. I mean, I asked that man one time. He had just did a fire ass little avatar emoji thing or something, and a little character. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Make me a what I say?" I said, "Make me a Monopoly man on a surfboard." Bro, that moment, he hit me back about 5 minutes later with 10 different versions. And I was like, "How in the hell?" I said, "Oh, that it took me a week to do one of them, bro. Like what?" And then
oh,
Just
JoJo, we'll
put
have a
together
discussion. The next thing you
one
know, there's a whole
for.
web page. It's a landing page. It's an email list. It's like now I'm like, how? What the? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And
I
then like,
got too much
hey, we
going
need some
on.
attention. All right, I'll go out there and get some.
I'm still needing a email automation. I started trying to automate my own emails. That shit got long and tedious. Asked me too many
Yeah, every
questions.
time I get in there linking this
yo,
and
what you
that, I
gotta
just
do
like I
is
get like
even
anxiety. That's
though
the one thing I don't like for
you
some
gotta
reason. I don't,
use you gotta find one of the free platforms, you know what I mean, but because they don't be free, you feel what I'm saying? So you gotta find one that you can that got like a free plan, something like that.
what about
And
Proton Mail?
and then you use you know, ChatGPT or one of them to build your email swipes. That's what they call email swipes. You know what I mean? To build
Yeah,
them
Okay.
out for your
I got
business.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they'll
See
write
now,
them
y'all
all
got
out
to
for
put me
you.
up on that. I have
And
no idea.
that's your auto email responder right there. That's it. And you would do it just like that.
See, Chris, you know how we be having these talks? I was telling Josh the other day, we it might be beneficial for us to like have a Zoom that's not just about the talks of what we doing. Just
Yeah.
like say we need automatic emails.
Yeah, I
We
think
doing a
we've
Zoom
kind of tried to
today.
put the chat cycle like that. It's on
Yeah.
Tuesdays after the NFT class at 3,
Okay, so after the
and
NFT,
that's
I gotta
for
plug in.
like us. That's for like the core members, like actually building together and doing stuff. We get on there
Cause
and just,
I would love to be able to just be like,
you know what? I bet
hey,
Sonny would help you out a lot too. Actually, he's in the member services and he shows up to the chat cycles and he's really good at the SEO stuff and like putting all that shit together. Actually, I bet if you got with him, he'd probably. Matter of fact, if we got him kind of in here
Jojo,
with
I got
us
you because I know all
and
about that stuff.
Naeem, you Naeem and it, man, y'all would kill it. I
It's
know.
I
Sonny because
appreciate
when
that,
Sonny
Chris.
just got a hard to get in touch with.
Yeah, yeah. I
Cause the
I can only get in touch,
nonprofit is
but the
what I'm
Slack.
trying
If
to
you get the
do.
Slack out, he's
What you
like a
trying to
fan.
do, Jojo?
I'm trying to build my nonprofit up to be better.
Me
Right,
too.
You
right,
know
right.
what I'm saying?
I've noticed a
Like to
lot
not be
of
so busy,
utilization.
but to be more direct and
Right,
more open to people being able to see it. So
right,
it's
right,
Dude, that
right.
talk the event last night actually kind of opened my eyes to a lot. I was like, and you know, it's weird too. It's also like kind of verification that I was right. Cause I was playing around with that idea. I was like, man, I just didn't know they had a term for it. And it was actually like it was like a plan that you could put into place. Like it's a wealth building tool that like a traditional financial advisor or planner would give you, which is like the tax loss harvesting. It's like you would literally use some of your investments or your, gains or really your losses from other things to offset the income that you have coming in from something else. So let's say we got like multiple businesses like we do. We do everything all the time, all over the place. So we might have one business that's like just one aspect or a business or a company that's tanking like hell, right? It's like, damn, I've lost $50,000 in this shit, but then there's other ones like it's booming. I'd have made 100,000. Well, shit, you could literally cash out some of them losses to offset that income from that 100,000. It's called tax loss harvesting. And I was like, I was already thinking of that thing. I was like, damn, I was like, shit, if I got all this extra income that they finna tax me on, I was like, shit, and I got some stocks and shit that's like low, like I could just boom and then boom, right? Done. or you could, but you could also do projected incomes and shit. So that's fire. So I'm putting together a whole little plan with that, and I'm probably finna do some even
Man, I've
more
been thinking about
crazy
since we
shit.
got all these businesses together or whatever to start playing with these UCCs and like adding trade lines for to each other businesses and stuff
Yeah,
like that or
yeah,
something
we can
like
do that.
that.
We can add trade lines to like your credit profile, to your business profile. I'll fuck around and do some hard money lending. Really, at this point, like I learned all this shit for a reason.
Yeah, and
Might as
that's what
well
I feel
do
like
it.
we need to double back on
Yeah,
because we got these
yeah. Because
businesses
there's a lot
now.
of
We
shit.
can like start writing
Yeah,
up paperwork and making this paperwork really work for us and start coming up on these consumer business report profiles and all that stuff and like do it that way.
that's another thing too. I think it was like I can't remember. I think it was Alex Ramosi that I was listening to, and that's what he said. He was like, a lot of times it gets so easy to get caught up in expansion and the new thing, the new ideas, and like oh, we get this new thing. He said most businesses' problem is not that they need some new product or this new service or this new thing to generate more money. They need to focus on what they've already got going and get it producing money, get attention on, especially if it's a good product. Like if you ain't got no bullshit, you don't need to come up with another great product to match your already great product to make more money. You need to take that great product and get more people to see it.
Yeah,
It's always a
absolutely.
marketing issue. Always. If it ain't no bullshit, if you got a good service or a good product and you are authentic and really doing what you say you do, it's always a marketing issue if you ain't getting paid. There ain't enough people watching, or your audience isn't the right people. That's probably, it's either that you need more people looking, or the people that are looking aren't those type of people. Because what I'm saying, if I'm into motorcycles and I hate four wheelers, you ain't gonna. I'm market all you want. Send me all the four wheeler shit you want. I ain't buying one.
Yeah, I'm over here coming up with crazy ideas. I ain't gonna
Me
even. I
too,
can't even
bro. I
say
always
them on
think
here
outside
right
the
now.
box, bro, because I
But
ain't trying to get boxed
that's
in.
for the private group. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I don't jump out that box and think, bro, I ain't trying to be inside this little fucking space where I
My
can't
little
like breathe. I'm
journey,
trying
boy.
to stretch my legs a little bit. Let me get comfortable and then we'll think about some shit.
And Jojo, I'm definitely on that wave. I've been trying to figure out how we going to all, I mean, come together and put all our businesses together too. So you're
I
not
just want to
alone with
say
thinking
that
that.
I
You
am
know what I'm
so
saying? So
happy and proud of you guys and myself. It worked. I told myself like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I've got to get Naeem and JoJo like on the
It's
same page
funny
and
because
working together
like
because they gonna fucking kill the game.
the more I look at what you got going on, it's like we running into the same things to
I knew
build.
it. I
It's
said
not
it. That's
like
why I said I got to get them
we
together
running
because
in different directions. We just running
right.
at our own pace. So it's cool that we hitting the same barriers and walls, but not in a negative way. It's like, yo, I'm using that person too, or I'm using this technique as well. Mostly the NFT platforms. I feel
yeah,
like that's great because, like, yo, I've been watching all our coins go down and stuff, and all people coins crashing or whatever. But the NFT's been stable.
yeah. Well, they
Like
did
we not feeling no hit because like what's back in the NFTs is real world assets.
exactly.
And
That's nothing I was gonna say.
it's nothing you can do about that if you got real world assets still moving. You may
Hmm.
can say buy NFT, we sold out of that product, but as soon as that product getting back, we're gonna send it to you because you have the NFT.
Hmm.
But
It's
it's
gonna
like
be
if you
that
had a token and the
forever.
token crashed, you're not saying I'm gonna get you back to that value. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You got the token. That's the exchange. But an NFT, you have more leeway. So
Yeah,
building on that platform is better as well than just
yeah,
building a
exactly.
product and service. So I'm working on right now putting it together where it's better viewed. Like Chris just said, it's marketing for me now.
Yeah,
Um, I gotta
yeah.
pay my bills, but
You've done all the work.
if I didn't have the money to pay the bill, the bill's still looking at me. So I gotta find ways to make. I think I did it backwards. Like to be honest, I put a lot of effort in investing first. I put a lot of effort in long run assets. Like it's
Hmm.
benefited me, but
But
when?
did you
So
do it backwards
I
then?
got silver. Yeah, because my
Gotcha.
bills due today. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't mean
Oh,
like
you
Right.
know
every
what? I do that
today,
shit all the time too. It is weird,
but
and it is.
but
I do think it's weird. That's like I'll have all this money and have all these investments going and all the shit going, and then it's like I'll have some stupid ass shit and be like, "Well, I ain't got $50 to fucking pay this shit
Like
real quick."
I ain't
Like,
trying to
bro,
burn
that
my
is crazy.
assets, but it's
Like,
like, yo,
I had to do
oh,
that. I had to balance myself out because I noticed I was like, them ain't got no cash at all. It's like, I know I hate
at
fiat, but
all.
I ain't
Look,
got
man.
nothing liquid. It's
All
like now I got to go cash out my crypto that I worked so hard to fucking put into these. That's
Who
the
you
thing that kills
telling?
me. That's why
yeah,
I'll let it in. I won't pay
all
that
my
fucking bill until I
assets.
got $50 that I ain't invested
All
in
my
something.
assets that I create, you guys can sell them as your own. Also, you know what I mean. That's why I sell y'all. You know what I mean. Whatever I create
Yes,
in the
own
ebook
it.
I create, let me know if you want to sell it as your own. I'll send it to you in the PDF file and all that. You know what I mean? Because that's what I be doing all the time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if a winning product, if one of them win, it's gonna always win. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have to create it no more. You feel me? It's gonna always bring
I
in
just
the money.
put I just put your what you have your tune in tomorrow MFTs link on the school and wealth wave underneath the music
Hell yeah.
MFT platform because like that's also a great tool. And I was showing Chris something yesterday about how we can collab with somebody else that's doing
Yeah. Hey,
a
that is
radio
fire.
show. So we got that. And if we can just
You need to get
collab,
with Eric too with the live from the living room because
yeah.
I was talking with him about like he's got the live from the living room where they already like play the 50 popular videos and things like that.
Can you
Um
send me a link or something so I
yeah,
can
for
put it
sure. I'll
on
send the link.
my note?
And I negotiated like if we have like an artist that's on the label or working with us that's working with the NFTs and stuff that if they have a premiere or like a debut that we could actually launch or do that premiere during live from the living room. So it would be like a way to kind of, uh, accessibility would be limited to this. Like any new thing that comes out from us is going to come out here, but it's also going to be if it's a new artist or a new song, it's going to be through in the mix of all these other like popular videos. I think it'd be a good deal. And he sponsored like a couple episodes ago. He was like the sponsor for the episode and everything. So I think all the
And
pieces coming together now.
and he just had got a picture floating around with Julian.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, we could utilize that
Yeah,
in our
Yeah,
I
own
mean it's
understanding. So
falling into place for a reason,
it is. It
and it's
is.
not like we ain't worked to put it together.
Like
It's just
I
it
think the
is
only
sometimes that
thing,
shit's surreal when you think when you think like, damn, we just talked about this like a month ago, and now it's like fucking it happened. It's like that's some shit. It's a little surreal when you think from like basically nothing to all this in like less than a year. You don't
yeah,
launch a
man.
record label and like that. It's just crazy. You don't
Yeah,
do
I'm
that shit
thinking
like that.
about
You don't
the
build a
record
studio on
label.
it.
I'm not even doing my record label. Everybody's gonna go underneath the Wealth Wave record label. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And with the next nonprofit that I put on the blockchain is gonna be my nonprofit. You know what I mean? Segments and stuff like that is what I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
like
build
that.
up. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what
So
we were thinking. We're going to try to centralize everything to the NFD domains, right? Because it just makes sense to me. Because we got vaults, we got the wallets to hold the assets, we got a marketplace to sell the NFTs. We can have all the links, right? So it's like whatever you have. If you got crypto, here's the wallet address. If you got Cash App, it's hit the link. If you got Venmo, hit the link. You got Apple Pay, hit the link. If you got all in the same spot, and all you do, you hit the link, you pay the thing, we send like an email, payment received, and then boom, maybe attach your wallet address or however, because you're gonna have to have a wallet, if you want the NFT.
you're
So
definitely gonna have to have a wallet when it comes to the record label because that's how
yeah.
it's gonna
Unless you
work.
just want to pay for it and then not get it. I mean, you can do that too. I'll give you the link. Shoot it, hit over and
Because I
just send
look
it
at it
over.
like this: we can
We'll
we
hold it
can
for you, I
we can
guess.
we can issue like sign and have them as paying artists when they sign
Yeah,
because we could set them up liquidity pools with the cycle
exactly.
tokens and stuff like that, the wave
That's what I
token and
want to
stuff
do with
like
the
that.
actual
You
streaming
know what I'm
music
saying?
platform. Two different types of subscription. One for just somebody that wants to come and just kind of browse the catalog and like listen to the music. And then one for like who's an actual artist that wants to like, no, I don't want to be a
You
part of this and
can
make
because
music and
the catalog could be an asset to whatever, and when we create
yeah.
them, the songs that we want to have as a catalog, we create them and we'll have them when they go to the NFD domain, they'll be able to play the song in the assets because they play when you play them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, other than that, I don't know. It could be exclusive. You can lock the other ones in the vault, and the other ones that you want them to display, you can just kind of have them displayed.
I was also thinking that we could do an NFT with changeable data, right? And you could like any remix to the track or whatever. Like, if I'm thinking correctly, we could not even have to do a whole new NFT set for a remix. You could just like update the current version. But then I think now then the old version would probably go away. I don't know. We have to play with that, but that'd be
We'll figure it
that'd be
out.
dope as hell, right? It's like you buy the original song, like the original NFT with the original song, and then like a year later a remix drops, and like you don't even have to do nothing. It's just the we update the NFT and you got the remix. Well, I guess we could add it. You could add it too, huh? That would be dope. So we could just all like remixes and updates and stuff.
Definitely.
It's like if you've bought the NFT, then you get all that for free. Like it all comes with it. Like an update to the NFT is like it's just gonna automatically happen. You don't have to buy a new one or trade it in. It's something about that changeable data. And it's something I ain't even catching yet because I keep thinking back to that. Like that's important for some reason, and I ain't even really. I mean, I've come up with a bunch of fire ass uses for it, but there's something like this. Just said, you got that back of your mind shit where you just like, there's something about this. It's important. I'm just gonna put it in the drawer and wait. That's how I feel about that changeable data. I don't know what it is. There's something about it that like I'm just like waiting on the idea to sprout where I'll be like, that's what it is, and then I'm gonna do some cool shit.
Yeah, it'll come to
Yeah.
you.
Well, I think that's it, man. That was all right.
Yeah,
We're gonna call it a
yeah, it's a
night
dope
or
session.
a day or an afternoon or wherever you at, whatever time that is, this thing.
Yeah, only our
I had a
time
good
changed. I mean, JoJo's don't change.
Yeah, I know. It's so crazy because you know what it was? I did set the right time on the NFT Tuesday class, but then we had daylight savings time and our shit changed and yours didn't. And that's why that shit was an hour off.
What, y'all daylight savings time don't happen at the same time as
No,
ours?
hell no, they don't do that dumb shit. Think about it, bro. You ain't never actually went through daylight savings time and got more daylight. It's always dark as shit, early as hell when they do that. It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
And then it was like that Indian chief dude. He said, like, what did he say? He said, only a white man will cut 2 inches off a blanket, sew it to the other end, and call it longer. That shit's dumb as hell. All right.